Hello, this is another video of RC Super Freak. This is my Sc18, and this video is going to be on how to loosen up the belts on the Sc18. Basically, when I first bought the car, the rear diff was rubbing on the spur gear. So basically, you can take a diff shim, you can buy a set of them, and put it on the diff itself so that it moves the diff a little to the left, away from the spur gear. Or you can just sand the lip on the diff a little bit so that it just has enough clearance not to rub on the spur gear. There are 6 top plate screws, 2 in the rear, 1 on the motor side, 1 on the battery side, and then 2 up front that hold the front of the top plate on. You can loosen those up about a full turn from tight, or 2 turns. And then there is 4 ball stud screws that also hold the diff covers on. You can loosen those up about the same amount. That will definitely help loosen up the drivetrain itself, and you can actually feel the rear diff rubbing on the spur. To get to that, you actually have to take the whole rear diff cover off, including the top plate, just to get to the diff and the spur gear. And then running the car will basically loosen up the belts just a tad, but these changes that I just said will dramatically loosen up the belts. Now the pinion does rub on the spur gear, which will shorten the life of the belt. So basically you'll have to what you can do, and usually the 20mm brushless motors, is you can offset the motor on the motor mount so that it sits lower in the car and doesn't rub on the belt. But if you're running like the stock motor or a bigger motor can, then you will have to figure out something else. Well, basically, besides those problems, this is a good car. You just have to tweak out the problems that it comes right out of the box, but once you do that, it's a fun car to drive. So thanks for looking.